Have you ever wondered about the recent events in Gaza and how it all started? Let's take a step back. The tension in Gaza has been brewing for a while, fueled by the rise of two major players, the Palestinian Islamic Jihad and Hamas. Both groups share a common goal, the creation of an Islamic Palestinian state. However, their methods and ideologies differ significantly. The Palestinian Islamic Jihad, boasting a significant arsenal of small arms, mortars, rockets and anti-tank missiles, is a militant group that rejects any compromise with Israel. Unlike Hamas, it refuses to participate in elections, focusing solely on its militant efforts. On the other hand, Hamas, while maintaining a militant front, also governs Gaza, taking on infrastructural responsibilities. This duality puts Hamas in a more complex position, balancing governance with militancy. Now, Israel's strategy has been to focus on the PIJ targets. This tactic is designed to keep Hamas, the governing body of Gaza, out of the fighting, thus avoiding a full-blown war. However, as we will see in the coming scenes, this strategy did not prevent the conflict from escalating. This was the initial stage of the conflict, setting the stage for an escalation. As tensions escalated, the world watched in anticipation. Here's what happened next. The situation took a drastic turn when Mia Shem, a French-Israeli citizen, was taken hostage by Hamas during their attacks. This news was a shockwave that reverberated around the globe, adding a further layer of complexity to an already intricate situation. Mia's mother, Karen, discovered her daughter's plight through a chilling hostage video, a stark reminder of the human cost of conflict. In response to these attacks, Israel launched a series of airstrikes in Gaza, resulting in the deaths of over 2,700 Palestinians. This action escalated the conflict, transforming it from a regional dispute into an international crisis. As the conflict intensified, the reactions from the global community varied greatly. Notably, a U.S. State Department official, Josh Paul, resigned in response to President Biden's decision to continue supplying arms to Israel. Paul's resignation highlighted the moral dilemma faced by many in the international community. He argued that the U.S. was contradicting its own values by blindly supporting one side, thereby exacerbating the suffering of both Israelis and Palestinians. This stance was echoed by the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights, who stated that Israel's actions in Gaza violated international law. However, it's important to note that condemnation wasn't one-sided. Despite declaring that the U.S. should support the people caught in the middle rather than taking sides, Paul also condemned Hamas's attack on Israel. The international reactions were mixed, with some condemning the actions of both sides while others took a clear stance. As the world grapples with the ethical complexities of this conflict, what is clear is that the human cost is devastatingly high. The aftermath of the conflict was devastating. Let's delve into the repercussions. The toll of the war was heavy on both sides, with the Israel Defense Forces reporting over 1,300 Israeli deaths, and the Palestinian Health Ministry documenting over 3,000 Palestinian deaths. The conflict also saw a horrifying hostage situation unfold, with around 200 people, including French-Israeli citizen Mia Shem, abducted by Hamas. This act of terror left families in anguish and injected a new level of fear into an already tense situation. The impact on the residents of Gaza and Israel was immense. Lives were lost, homes destroyed, and a sense of security shattered. The psychological toll of such events can take years, if not decades, to heal. In the global arena, the UN High Commissioner for Human Rights stated that Israel's actions in Gaza violated international law. This statement, coming from the highest human rights official in the United Nations, underscores the severity of the situation and its potential implications for Israel's standing in the international community. The war left a deep impact, not only on the people directly involved but also on international relations. The aftershocks of this conflict will continue to reverberate on a global scale, reminding us of the profound cost of war. Now that we've discussed the events surrounding the war in Gaza, let's summarize the main points. The conflict emerged from the targeted attacks by Israel on the Palestinian Islamic Jihad movement, a group distinct yet allied with Hamas. The international reaction was mixed, with a notable resignation from a U.S. State Department official over the continued military support for Israel. The aftermath was devastating, with over 1,300 Israeli deaths and over 3,000 Palestinian deaths reported. Furthermore, the hostage situation, exemplified by the abduction of French-Israeli citizen Mia Shem, highlighted the psychological warfare tactics used. Reflecting on these events, it's clear that the war in Gaza has far-reaching implications. It has raised questions about international diplomacy, the ethics of military support, and the balance of power in the Middle East. It also underscores the tragic human cost of such conflicts, impacting not only those directly involved in the fighting, but also innocent civilians caught in the crossfire. The events in Gaza remind us of the complexities of international relations and the human cost of conflict. Let's hope for a peaceful resolution in the future.